You want to know what it looks like to live as the chosen in a world built for conformity? It looks like walking against the current, not because you enjoy the struggle, but because your spirit no longer fits the system. It's like wearing clothes tailored for someone else. The seams pull, the movements feel awkward, and no matter how much you try to blend in, something inside you whispers, "This is not your path." That whisper is me. You feel the tension, the pull between comfort and calling, between what's familiar and what's faithful, between what the world applauds and what your soul knows is right. I never called you to fit in. I called you to stand apart, to speak what others are afraid to say, to build what others cannot imagine, to walk in faith where others demand proof. That's the cost of being chosen, but it's also the reward. Because when you finally stop apologizing for who you are, when you stop shrinking, dimming, hiding, that's when the light breaks out. That's when chains fall off, not only from you, but from others watching you rise. Remember, your obedience is someone else's freedom. When you say yes to me, even when it costs your reputation, even when it makes no sense on paper, you become a lighthouse in the fog. Others see your courage and find their own. The world says, prove yourself. I say, know yourself in me. Because the world builds identity from outside in, your job, your followers, your success, but I build from the inside out, your heart, your truth, your surrender. Living as the chosen means rejecting false measurements of worth. It means refusing to let numbers define your value or applause define your purpose. You are not chosen because of your performance. You are chosen because I authored your soul before time began. And you'll know you're walking the chosen path not because it's easy, but because it burns, because it refines, because it reveals parts of you that were never meant to survive this new season. I prune what I love, I crush what I intend to pour out. So stop resisting the process. Stop praying for escape when I'm trying to bring elevation. Stop asking me to bless what I'm trying to break, because I have something better. You think you're losing yourself, but in truth, you're losing what was never really you. Masks, roles, scripts, shadows, this is the stripping, this is the holy undoing, and I am not punishing you, I am positioning you. But are you ready? Are you truly ready to live unchained from public opinion, freed from the addiction of validation, grounded in purpose that doesn't require proof? Because that's what living as the chosen demands. It demands faith that holds steady when the storm hits. It demands vision that sees beyond the natural. It demands a heart that beats in rhythm with heaven. So ask yourself now, what needs to die in you so that your real life can begin? That's where we go next. Do you feel the trembling under your feet? That's not fear. That's the shaking of everything false falling away. Because when you answer the call, truly answer, I begin to shake the foundations that were never built on me. I shake relationships built on comfort, careers built on compromise, identities built on performance. I shake what you thought was solid to reveal what is eternal. This shaking is mercy. It's me rescuing you from prisons you didn't even know you were in. You thought you were building a life, but what you were really building was a mask. You were fitting into a mold made by culture, not by calling. So I had to break it. I had to let the shaking come, not to destroy you, but to deliver you. This is how I work. I tear down to rebuild. I unsettle to awaken. I interrupt your plans so I can release your purpose. You prayed for clarity. You asked for direction. And now you feel like everything is falling apart. Child, that's not a breakdown. That's a breakthrough. The job that didn't call you back. The door that slammed shut. The relationship that dried up. That was me. Not because I want you to suffer, but because I'm calling you to soar. But to soar, you can't have chains around your ankles. To fly, you can't be anchored to who you used to be. So I'm shaking you free. From false expectations, from small thinking, from inherited fears. This is what happens when the chosen stop chasing what the world promises and start claiming what heaven has already spoken. Let the world misunderstand you. Let them call you crazy. Because every prophet sounds like a madman until the rain starts falling. Remember Noah? He built an ark under blue skies. He obeyed when there was no evidence. That's faith. That's what I require from the chosen. Not comfort, not applause, but obedience. Will you obey me when it makes no sense? Will you build when no one supports you? Will you keep moving when nothing is moving yet? Because that's where power is born. Not in outcomes, but in obedience. And here's the truth few want to hear. Obedience is rarely sexy. It often looks like silence, like sacrifice, like sowing seeds in soil that looks dry. But I water what you plant in faith. Even when no one claps, even when no one sees, I see. And I reward. Not always in the way you expect, not always on your timeline, but I never waste obedience. So don't confuse hidden with forgotten. You are in my hands, not on the world's stage. And if it feels like no one understands what I'm doing in you, good. This part wasn't meant to be shared. This part was meant to be sacred, because what I'm birthing in you, it's holy. And holy things are hidden before they're revealed. You are being refined in secret so you can be trusted in the spotlight. Don't rush the process. Don't curse the shaking. Don't flee the fire. Let me finish what I started. But here's the question that changes everything. Will you let go of what's fading so I can give you what's eternal? That's what we're about to uncover next. You say you want freedom, but are you ready to release what's familiar? Because that's the price. I can't pour new wine into old wineskins. I can't awaken your true identity if you're still clinging to an image I never gave you. Child, I've seen every mask you've worn. The one you wear at work. The one you wear around friends. The one you wear even in prayer. Trying to impress me with words you think I want to hear. But I didn't create your mask. I created your soul. I don't want your performance. I want your presence. I don't need your perfection. I long for your permission. Permission to enter every hidden place, to heal what you've locked away, to show you who you really are when the applause stops and the lights go out. Because that's where the real you lives. Not in your titles. Not in your roles. But in that sacred space between your pain and your potential. And it's in that place that the enemy wrote his prophecy over you. Words you started believing. I'll never be enough. I always mess things up. Maybe I'm not called. Maybe this is just how life is. Lies. Each one a counterfeit script trying to override my truth. And the longer you believe the lie, the more real it feels, until it becomes your identity. But hear me, just because it feels real doesn't mean it's true. I didn't call you to survive your life. I called you to transform it, to partner with me in rewriting every line that fear has authored. But to do that, you must confront the roots. Because beneath every destructive pattern, there's a belief. And beneath every belief, there's a story. One you may not even remember, but your soul does. That moment someone spoke shame over you. That day you were ignored, belittled, or abandoned. That silent agreement you made with yourself. I'll never trust again. I'll never try again. These are the covenants you didn't even know you made, but they still govern your life. But I am the God who breaks curses and rewrites covenants. I go deeper than trauma. I heal beneath the memory. I reach where therapists and timelines cannot, into the spirit, where truth was meant to dwell. I'm not asking you to fix yourself. I'm asking you to invite me in, because this is not self-help. This is soul surgery. And yes, it may feel like dying at first, dying to pride, dying to control, but what feels like death is actually rebirth, because I can't resurrect what you refuse to bury. Let the old prophecy die, the one that said you're not good enough. Let it die in my presence. Lay it down like a sacrifice, and in its place I will write something eternal, something heaven-breathed. You will no longer live by the prophecy of pain. You will walk in the prophecy of promise. But before we go further, I must ask you something that only you can answer. Are you willing to be honest, brutally honest, about the lies you've believed as truth? Because only when you expose the lie can I reveal what was always real.